Good afternoon, traders. Welcome to InstаФорекс Economic News TV channel with me, Kate Nedachina. You're watching weekly combat review of currency and commodity markets over the past week. On Friday, the euro kept its uptrend against the US dollar as robust reports from the USA added to optimism about the country's economy supporting the national currency. The euro was pressured by massive sales on Wednesday after the ECB urged about the growing deflationary risks and about the readiness to expand stimulus measures if necessary. Early last week, the single currency reached its 7-month highs as investors were looking for safe haven assets on the backdrop of increased volatility on the currency markets. However, at the end of the week, the euro closed lower against the greenback of 1.1185. Thus, the single European currency lost 204 points over the week. On Friday, the USA released its consumer confidence report by Michigan University. The indicator dropped to 91.9 points in August from 92.9 in July. The analysts had expected the crossover to 93 points. Meanwhile, personnel spending picked up by 0.3% last month, almost in line with the forecast of a 0.4% rise. Personnel income rose 0.4% in July, matching the forecasts. The GDP report out on Thursday backed the US dollar as it showed that the economy accumulated 3.7% in the second quarter, slightly better than expectations for 3.2% increase. Thus, a spate of strong US reports was favorable for the expectations of stable growth of the global economy. At the same time, fears of volatility on the Asian markets have faded. The pound sterling fell against the US dollar on Friday. The peg closed trading at 1.5391 with a weekly loss of 300 points. The market digested the news on economic growth in the UK. The figures confirmed the previous estimates, which showed a growth of 0.7% in the second quarter. Annually, the UK GDP increased by 2.6%. Both indicators matched the market expectations. Now let's see how the situation unfolded on the commodity floors on Friday. At last, oil gained on price and investors turned their attention to gold. This was triggered by expectations of soon reduction in oil output supported oil amid low prices. Oil futures finished last week with a significant jump as investors considered a recent slump as a bellwether to lower oil output. Besides mounting tensions in Yemen, which can destabilize situation in the Middle East, backed oil as well. Brent October futures went up 5.2% to $50.05 per barrel, having added about 10.1% over the week. Meanwhile, West Texas Intermediate futures for delivery in October rose 6.3% to $45.22 per barrel. The weekly increase totaled 11.8%. On Thursday, both brands added 10.3% each. This is the most significant increase since March 2009 for WTI and December 2008 for Brent. On the top of that, gold closed on an upbeat note for the first time in 5 sessions. Nevertheless, at the end of the week, it occurred losses, the most significant ones in a month. Gold for delivery in December rose $11.40 or 1% to $1,134 per troy ounce during COMEX trading hours. Over the week, the prices dropped 2.2%. Positive reports on the US economy are a boon for the greenback, and this may avert investors from gold denominated in US dollars. This is all news for now. You have watched weekly combat review of currency and commodity markets on ИнстаФорекс TV channel. The review was presented to you by me, Kate Nedachina. Take care and goodbye.